music saved our ass, if we can use that expression.
It certainly saved our marriage.
I don't know about that.
After almost breaking it up too. So I don't know.
Well, you know, we're in. I graduated from Berkeley. We met. We were doing music, and we were in the Air Force. And she was in the talent group that won a contest, and Air Training Command. They put together a show. How many acts did? 5.
Well, there were about
8
30
acts
altogether. There were something like 36 of us on the tour.
And we toured from
6 girls.
Brownsville to Illinois somewhere to Sacramento to
Washington, D.C., up
Florida,
Colorado.
whatever base isn't there now, D.C. And we got talking.
Arizona,
And,
Texas.
she was the only pretty girl that would talk to me.
Oh,
She was the only pretty girl I could talk to.
that's so funny.
And we stayed in Detroit for about 10 years, and Roselyn came down here in '74. She had a big old school bus, and she drove it down here. I couldn't come down because I was teaching and going to grad school. And she came down because she wanted to see Margaret Mead at an American Anthropology Convention. And she got in an argument with
Hotel
Margaret Mead.
Monteleone. And we had been in New Orleans before, because we came down in '63 with the Congress of Racial Equality on a voter registration drive. So, and my folks are from Louisiana, so I'd been down here as a kid too. So I love, the food and the music, and both of us had listened to the same kind of music as kids. We had both listened to the New Orleans jazz. We both listened to
Grand Ole Opry.
Howdy. And folk and contemporary, and we both even liked avant-garde jazz, which was
and
classical music. We both played classical in high school. I played violin. He played trumpet in the band and the orchestra, and I was in the orchestra, and I played gospel church, and so we were totally into music all of our lives. That was not what was new for us. And we were working like every weekend in Detroit, playing coffee houses and clubs and what have you.
And bars.
I came off the stage one day and looked back up under my chair, and there was something like 8 glasses of booze up there, from just about totally full to just about practically empty, and it was like stair steps. I'm going, that's a hell of a lot of booze. And the thing is that when you're performing, you don't feel it. It just, you're burning it up. You're burning, all your energy is going into the music, and you don't get drunk while you're performing. However, your liver is well aware of the fact that it is dealing with all of that alcohol.
And my nose was aware of it too.
Yeah.
And the man in the mirror was aware of the nose. And so
we started not being really, pleased with the booze, but we had set up a bunch of gigs for the summer, and
in Florida.
But when I'd been down here to see Margaret Mead, our bus that I'd driven down had broken down. I was sitting there singing the blues and playing the guitar, and it was heartfelt, because that's how I felt, and the blues was exactly where I was at. And I was probably making them up as I went along, because that's where I was at.
You do that. You improvise.
Yeah. And I sat up and opened my eyes after about half an hour or so. There was $7 in the case. I went, wow, we could see. And I went, I was working at that time.
75,
I was working at that time as a legal secretary, and I was making $7 an hour. That was good money. And here I made that in half an hour, just singing. What? So we started doing it on purpose. And then there was some hassles from police, and this woman came up to us. Pretty, southern, sweet. She said, "Are the police bothering you?" And I said, "Well, yeah, they've been hassling us a bit." She says, "Well, if they give you any problems whatsoever, please call me. My name is Mary Howell, and I'm an attorney, and I have sued the city once on behalf of street performers. And if you have any problems at all, let me know, and I will take care of them for you. And so that was the meeting with Mary Howell, and meeting with the police, and meeting with people who love their music. Next thing we know, we were sitting on the fountain in Jackson Square, and people would be sitting all around us on the grass and listening to us. And
yeah, we had interesting winos that come and dance. You know, that back when the winos had some class.
And people
we got a gig. We got a 13-week gig at a hotel.
playing for movie people.
Yeah.
That was fun.
And then it was the summertime, and we left to go back to Detroit. But we discovered street performing.